Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful that you're tuning in today. Thank you for saying yes to yourself this evening. Tonight we have a wonderful, exciting night. We are in the middle of the full moon, experiencing that energy. So I am excited to hear what you guys are feeling right now. Tell me in the comments, how is it that you're feeling? What's the energy for you today? How is your Monday, your beginning of the week starting off for you? As usual, I am, of course, drinking some cacao. Today, I feel like it's a special night to drink cacao because it's a full moon. So I'm drinking some cacao in my beautiful cup. And I showed up. How do you show up for yourself? I showed up for myself this morning by meditating and practicing some exercises in a group that I'm participating on with a fellow goddess. So I'm so grateful that I have connected with wonderful people throughout this past year. This year has been a wonderful time. Been connecting with really wonderful people. And okay, so today I'm actually going to do a little bit of a reading. It's going to be a general reading for the full moon. I feel like it's important that we find a little bit of guidance and figure out what's going on with the full moon and how we can take some direction, specifically because we are in the full moon for Aquarius, and it's an important time for us to really rail it in a little bit and start thinking about the highest good for everybody that's connected to us, the entire planet. Aquarius is all about thinking about the entire human reality and our condition as we connect with each other. So it's important that we stay aware of that. So let me know in the comments, where are you tuning in from and how do you show up for yourself today? I'm looking forward to see what you guys have to say. And so if you're watching this on the replay, I want to thank you for watching, and make sure that you subscribe if it's your first time watching from YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you're watching from Facebook, make sure that you turn on those notifications. That way you know when I go live next time. I'm usually here every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm conducting guided meditations to help you through, the difficulties that we're dealing with, right? I'm showing up for you as a way of service to you because I believe in service to others. So, which is perfect for the Aquarius full moon. And of course, every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I am doing oracle card readings as well. So feel free to stop by and say hi. And so I'm excited. So hello, May. Hi. Oh my goodness, you're from Pennsylvania. What part of Pennsylvania? My brother, he just recently moved, but he lived in Reading, Pennsylvania, which is like a small town in Pennsylvania, which is kind of really doesn't have too much going on, but it's a nice little area, and there's an amazing breakfast place in there, which I love. So that's great. I'm so excited. So, all right. So guys, the first thing that I want to do is invite you to really just get yourself comfortable. And I'm going to give you some time to get yourself comfortable. I'm going to do a little something a little different today. I'm going to play a little bit of the drum. I have a little drum here. It's like an ocean drum. I'm going to play that for us, and I am going to kind of activate through sound. I'm going to activate your energy field. I'm going to release any negative. This is a day, a night that we want to release anything that we've been holding on to. So that's the reason why I'm doing things a little differently today. So I will be playing a little bit of drums. So get yourself comfortable. And so May says, Dover, New York. I know Reading. I lived in Berks County before. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I can't remember the name of the, there's like a very famous breakfast place there. It's amazing. Probably the best breakfast I've ever had was in that little, and it's supposed to be like a really famous place there. So make sure that you have a little bit of water. And so hello, Audrey. So you guys make sure you stay. because I'm going to start first with a meditation, but I do have a general oracle reading I wanted to do for everybody that's connected in the circle. So stay for the guided meditation. And at the end, I will have some information in regards to what the full moon represents in Aquarius, as well as do a general card reading for everybody. So make sure you stay. Get yourself a glass of water if you don't have one. Get yourself a comfortable position if you are. I'm going to give you a few minutes while we wait for people to show up. And again, if you're watching this on the replay, you can always fast forward this part. But we're going to chit chat, or you can just stick around and listen to the chit chat. So how are you, Audrey? You're going to stay for the meditation? I hope so. And so you're excited to hear the drum? Okay, Ray, awesome. Yeah, I'm excited too. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't come to my lives lately, I really invite you to go back into the live a couple of weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago, I had Lindy Romas. She is a sound healer, certified sound healer, and she talked about a little bit in regards to the benefits of sound and how sound really truly help us kind of integrate certain energies and also help us release energies. So that's the reason why I'm going to do a little bit of the drum. I personally use the drum myself on myself, and I feel that it really does help me. So if you really want to take advantage of the sound, I highly recommend that you listen to this meditation with headphones. So make sure you find some headphones. If you don't, that's okay. But for a better experience, it will probably be good. May, no, it's not new. This one actually, a friend of mine gave me this a little while ago, and I use it personally on myself. I just don't really use it on lives as much. I'm trying to integrate it a little bit more, but I just feel like tonight is a really great time to use it because I feel that the energy of the full moon plus the energy of the sound, the vibration of the sound coming through the drum would definitely be a good thing. So, oh my gosh, so you hear it it does sound like a rain stick. Yes, it does have that sound of the rain stick. So, but then it's also a drum. So, and I do have a singing bowl, but I have to get me a better singing bowl because the one that I got was a cheap one from Wish, and it was terrible. It doesn't really make the sounds I really wish it did. Yes, tonight is a very good night to recharge crystals. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome, May. I'm excited that you. So, all right. So you guys make sure that you get yourself some headphones if you have some headphones. And I'm going to do a little bit of a sound test, and you let me know. You be my ears. Let me know if it's okay. I don't want to hurt your ears or anything. And if it's okay, then we can go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started. Yes, I have to buy I have to buy like a good bowl, like a really good one. May, I don't think the bowl that I got, it's really that good. I mean, the sound, it makes like a real screeching sound sometimes, and it's not that good. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. We're going to go ahead and just take a deep breath into your belly and releasing through your mouth. Take another deep breath into your belly, releasing through your mouth, connecting with a state of gratitude as you enter this sacred space tonight. As we enter this moment, create this space for ourselves, for our bodies, our soul, our minds, to release any energies that don't serve us anymore. Connecting to the moon and asking her to help us in the process of release, in the process of letting go what doesn't serve us anymore, what's keeping us from moving forward in our path. And as you breathe in and breathe out, connecting with your breath and your sensations of your body, the subtle sensations of your body that are coming through your nose and out your nose. Noticing the temperature, noticing the sensations, entering a state of relaxation with every breath you take. Understanding yourself in silence, finding yourself in the silence. As you connect with the rhythms of your body, your belly going up and down, the expansion of your lungs, realizing that you have a rhythm within you, subtle rhythm of life. Just allow the sound to take over at this time. As you imagine yourself in an ocean, letting yourself go, letting any tension go. Giving yourself permission to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. Allowing the sound to wash away all your troubles and energy, activating every cell of your body to release. any ancestral pain, any pain that you may not know about right now. It is now released, transmuted. And as we enter this moment, connecting with the sound of the drum as if it was her beating heart, as you honor the sound of the drum and you allow the vibration that was just created to travel all throughout your body, as you give yourself permission to release anything that doesn't serve you at this time, conscious or unconscious, trusting the process of release with every breath that you take. Take this moment as a permission to let go of all pain, all ancestral pain, all the pain from this lifetime, all the anger, all the jealousy, all the guilt, all the selfishness, all of it, releasing into Mother Earth. With every breath you take, you release. And notice if you feel any sensations of resistance. Don't resist it. Pay attention to it and send it love, as it is an unhealed part of yourself. Honor it and love it with compassion and kindness and awareness. As you connect with yourself tonight, I invite you in your mind's eye to imagine yourself growing roots down into Mother Earth. And the roots can look and feel as you wish. They can be roots made of light. They can be roots as if they were roots from a tree. They can be strings, whatever it is that your mind invites in to grow into the ground. Allow it to grow into the ground. The deeper our roots into Mother Earth, the higher we can grow into the sky. So, my dear soul, I invite you to grow your roots as deep as you can into Mama Gaia. And as you grow these roots, however they look like, in your mind's eye, imagine yourself feeling a sense of support, fully supported and held. Dear child, you are loved deeply, unconditionally. Now I invite you, with your mind's eye, to imagine yourself growing up all the way into space, like a beautiful, strong, wonderful being that you are. And you can take any shape or form you want, my dear child, because you have the power of creating. So tonight, I let your imagination run wild. And as you grow, observe space from your perspective all the way up, feeling rooted on the ground. And I invite you to look around with a sense of curiosity and awe. Possibilities are endless as you see the entire galaxy from where you stand, tall, powerful, and as you look around, observe other souls around you growing up just like you, as you all create a space together of community, support, and love. Allowing yourself to be honest and always speak from your truth. In your mind's eye, I invite you to imagine the light of the sun activating your throat chakra, opening it. As it opens your throat chakra, it goes down to your heart chakra, connecting both your throat and your heart into a beautiful knot, so that you may always speak your truth, your universal truth from your heart. My dear soul, as you are activating your throat chakra and your heart chakra, you're creating a space for you to express yourself fully into the world as you create your new reality, your new possibility. Take this message in your heart as it is coming from my heart into your heart. Dear soul, feel that energy. You're nothing but light and love. See how great you are, dear soul. See how beautiful you are all around, how powerful you are, dear soul. In your mind's eye, I invite you to focus your attention to your third eye area, the area between your eyebrows. As you see, it opens up into this bright light, receiving the wisdom from your ancestors. As you're rooted into the ground, receiving both heaven and earth, connecting into your DNA, connecting every single cell of your body into spirit, into the universe. My dear soul, it's time to go back down into your body, into your room. Slowly become aware of your senses and your body and your room, the sensation of your body against your chair or your bed. As you feel relaxed and energized, activated into your new week, into your new cycle. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes, feeling connected with your soul. Aho. So let me know, how was that for you guys? I hope that was good. Gonna let you guys release yourselves from your meditation state. And as you release yourselves from the meditation state, I am going to burn some Palo Santo, honoring the beautiful sacred fire lighting your heart, our hearts together. As we find our inner strength, our inner power, with the permission of fire, water, earth, and air. I honor you, dear soul, and this is coming from my heart to yours. You are loved unconditionally. Namaste. Hi, Edie. Awesome. I'm glad you made it. That's awesome. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, so I did a little poll today. I don't know if you guys know, but I have TikTok. If you have TikTok, make sure you find me on TikTok. I am under Blooming Lotus Healing Art on TikTok. And I'm doing kind of like daily little videos on readings, just kind of like the reading of the day on there. And so today I was like, oh my gosh, today's a full moon. Let me do a little reading. So today I wanted to talk about two things. So I'm going to talk about this reading that I pulled this morning, but I'm going to do another pull for everybody that's in this circle tonight. So that way I can get your energies and get something for specifically to guide you guys. But I thought this was really important. And the reason why I did the throat activation for everybody is because the energy that came through was the energy of communication. That was the main focus of the card. And then I took other two cards out this morning. And so the first one was your commitment is being tested. And the other one is surrender to the divine, which is the full moon. Of course, the full moon card came out on the full moon. I mean, hello, you can't make that stuff up, right? But anyway, so I'm going to repeat to you guys what I said on my TikTok earlier in regards to this particular reading. So of course, if it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm still going to pull some cards for all of us as a collective here tonight. Hi, Iris. How are you, beautiful soul? Welcome. So this one in particular, I thought it was very important because we are in a very important part of state of mind at this time of this 2020 year, which has been insane, right? And the communication card really tells me something about the fact that, sometimes you say yes when you really want to say no, or sometimes you say no when you really want to say yes, or sometimes you shut up when you really want to speak up. So I think it's important that we start figuring out those moments when we're feeling that resistance to communicate. And the reason why is because there's something really important about communication and your alignment with your highest self. When you are in alignment with your highest self, you're living your truest you, the truest true of who you are, if that makes any sense. So when you're not aligned with yourself, you're keeping yourself from speaking your truth. So that kind of throws you out of balance, out of alignment. I'm not saying this to make you feel any sort of way or make you feel bad, but I really, it's an invitation for you to start watching whenever you're not speaking up, whenever you're not speaking your truth, because that could be something that you need to visit. It could be ancestral, codes that you need to release, or it could also be, maybe in your own lifetime you've experienced maybe times when you were when you were told to shut up, or maybe you were told to not speak up, or maybe if you spoke up, maybe you got in trouble, and that's the reason why you kind of hold back. I know for a fact that I've experienced that myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there are experiencing the same thing. So if you've experienced this, let me know in the comments if this rings true to you. But definitely make sure that you're paying attention to that, so that way you can start releasing that. So this is a really great night for you to maybe ponder on those times that you have not allowed yourself to speak up your truth, and maybe write them down on a journal. Maybe do like just whichever that you remember that you didn't speak up. And then maybe ask yourself a question, ponder like, why did I, what is it that is keeping me from speaking up? Why did I not speak up? And then write that down. That's going to give you an idea of what's happening, and clarity to take action towards that. So that way, next time you're experiencing that resistance, then you're not going to, maybe you may still follow through with the resistance, but you'll be more aware of it. And the next time, obviously it's a muscle that we have to build up. We don't change from one day to another. It's just a matter of the active, conscious changes that we make. So that's the whole purpose of meditation and mindfulness is, focusing on something and then consciously, focusing on that. So that way we can build a muscle, right? So I'm not saying for you to, beat yourself up over it, but what I am saying is start watching or paying attention to those moments, so that way you can really start speaking from your truth. When you do that, you're going to find so much liberation. I cannot explain to you how many times even though I felt the fear, but I still did it, right? I felt the fear of speaking up, the fear of expressing my truth, but I still went ahead and I expressed it. The relief that I feel after it is so worth it. So I highly encourage you to do so, because I'm telling you, you will feel so much relief once you do that. Okay. So May says, rarely hold back when needing to communicate unless I'm concerned I'll hurt someone. Yeah. And I think, if you're going to hurt somebody, obviously we got to be kind, right? But we certainly want to make sure that we do say what is in our, so just because I think also for women in general, we've been told to just be quiet and not say what, just kind of like, just be nice, and I think that's just something that's ingrained in us. And so, I'm not saying that you have to go out and be mean to somebody by any means, but because that's also an extreme. So you want to find the balance, right? So you don't want to go to the extreme of you're being unkind to the point that you're hurting people, obviously, like May says, which is, the definitely a good thing. But you also don't want to go to the point where you're hurting yourself, because when you're holding in, you're really hurting yourself, because you're kind of holding that stuff inside of you, and it kind of becomes poisonous. And then you kind of start feeling, like, okay, this is not good. So there may be times when you can't communicate something to somebody because you may be afraid of hurting them, or maybe they're gone, or maybe they're not around, or, maybe situations change and they're not, there's not a possibility for you to communicate whatever you're feeling at the moment. There's also the avenue of journaling. So that's another avenue that you can take to release those thoughts and emotions without having to hold on to them and keep them in your energy field. It's a way of releasing that as well. So, there's so many ways. Also, even painting or any sort of, art work type of work that you can do. That also is a really great way for you to release all of those emotions, or maybe those thoughts that maybe you can't articulate. Sometimes it's something that you can't really articulate. And that's the reason why art therapy is so successful with a lot of people, is because, our minds, our brains really operate from a place of visuals. So then, when you're operating from that place of creativity, then you're allowing yourself to flow, and then all that energy really flows out of you, and you do feel the relief after it. If you really notice, I don't know if you've ever done painting with a twist. I don't know if you guys ever done that, or painting with a twist or anything like that, or done anything related to painting or maybe creative. You do feel better afterwards, right? So it's important to really realize that. And then, okay, so let me see. You guys are saying some things here. I don't want to ignore you guys. Audrey says, absolutely many times, though. Though sometimes it's also a matter of knowing when to speak so that you can actually be heard. Yes, that's true, Audrey. Jennifer says, yes, expressing my feelings cause problems and are taking offense by, so I just hide them. Okay, so that's definitely something that journaling can help you as well in that regard, especially for me. Louis says, I'm a man. And then May says, yes, you are. It's toxic. Yes. See, so especially, okay, so let's say for me, and for example, for a long time, I did not express myself. I expressed myself in a toxic way. So because I grew up in an environment that was kind of toxic, the style of communication was kind of toxic. So then I, in turn, that's how I learned how to communicate. So because of that, then I was expressing myself in a toxic way, and then in turn bringing that toxicity back into my life over and over again, no matter with who. So if that's the case, if maybe people are not able to communicate with you in that regard, then definitely considering doing any sort of painting or any sort of either even writing or poetry or anything like that could help. Even playing a drum, just like I just did, you don't have to necessarily articulate it with words, because at the end of the day, what you're feeling is the energy, the emotions that you're feeling in your heart, in your chest, in your mind, in your body are really just energy. So there's so many ways to communicate what we're feeling without necessarily using words. Sometimes words complicate things, if that makes any sense. So then Isabel says, you will hurt yourself if you don't express your feelings. Took me a long time to realize this. Yes. And it does take a long time. So it's a good thing to release. It's a good thing to really work on those things. Yeah. So repeating patterns you learn growing up is normal. Great to see an amazing calm lady you have become. Thank you, May. Well, it's taking me a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, seriously, it took me so many years to learn that. And I still have my moments where I do relapse, but I take ownership of those relapse, and I make sure that that's the reason why I do mindfulness and meditation, is because, obviously we got to take responsibility for our actions. So, obviously we're here on this planet to learn, right? So it's important that we stay open to learning, open to receiving feedback, open to, I guess that's where they say, being humble and allowing ourselves to say, you know what, yeah, I was wrong. And it's important to get to that point, right? So, okay. So I'm going to do a reading from the Moonology Oracle cards, okay, for everybody here. And let's see what comes up for us together here in this group. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very different energy, because the energy that I was putting out was for the people at TikTok. Again, if you guys have TikTok, make sure you find me on TikTok, Blooming Lotus Healing Art. Follow me. I have goodies in there that I don't post here. So, Stacy, hi. I'm so happy you guys are here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you for showing up, guys. I'm so grateful. And then I hope my one adopted child can come over and learn and become mentally healthy one day. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Send them my way, May. I would love to show them some meditation and all that. I have so many ideas that I want to do, but I just don't have the bandwidth. But I would love to have classes for people who are struggling, because I know what it is to deal with all this stuff, Definitely, we learn every day. Yes, Isabel, we learn every day. And then Stacy says, always learning. Love listening to you. Love listening to you. Love seeing you here. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is so crazy. This came up too. Wow. Guys, this is not a joke. So communication is a big issue right now for us in the planet, it looks like. Look at what card came through. And it literally just jumped out, like, which is communication is key. Yeah, absolutely, Isabel. I posted a meditation today. It was a little different. I did a little bit of a drum. But feel free to listen to any of the meditations I've done in the past. I have so many. You can just go through all my videos. I have every Monday I have something. I save all of my meditation videos. So feel free to, if you need like a little jump start, feel free to listen to any of those. Okay, so I have communication is key. That was the first one, which is the new moon in Gemini. Then we have a win-win for outcome is forecast, which is full moon in Libra. We have that. This is for everybody here. And we have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. There we go. I love this card. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to pull a couple more since this is for everybody. So hang on. You got some extra. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Okay. All right. I'm just pulling two more. Okay. Hang on. And I'll do a reading for everybody. Oh, okay. So it looks like three more wanted to come out. So I have to honor them. So let me just, I'm running out of space here on my table. Let me just organize these a little bit. Hang on, guys. Okay. So I already said communication is key. A win outcome is in forecast. Then also a time rather to give rather than take. Then we have don't let pride get in your way. Okay. So that's, again, this is for everybody here. So take whatever is resonating with you, and whatever doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. And then a personal issue reaches resolution. And this is the full moon in Cancer. Okay. And then we have nothing is yet set in stone. So it looks like some people are maybe trying to find out some information in regards to, or maybe you're trying to find out if something is going to work out, maybe a new adventure or a new venture. So nothing yet is set in stone for that. Show the world the real you. Okay, there we go. Show the world the real you. So I feel like the show the world the real you, which is full moon in Aquarius, which is amazing because we're in full moon in Aquarius. I mean, hello, these cards. I mean, I can't make this stuff up, guys. And communication is key. So obviously this, I feel like it's really connected to what I just talked about earlier. So I'm not going to repeat that because we already talked about that. So I'm going to put these aside. But then I'm going to talk about the ones that I have here. Okay, so I see here for some people, just having, okay, so it's important that we start connecting with the idea of community, guys. So what's coming up for me here is the idea of community and giving to each other freely without expecting anything in return. We live in a world where there's a lot of selfishness going on. And because of this, some people suffer through that. So it's really, energetically speaking, we're going through a time where we're shifting Earth into a different time. It's just because we came from a past where, we had wars and we had, issues between races and issues between men and women, and all of these issues are really what I call, or what they're called 3D issues. So they're just issues that we see on the surface, that we can see at face value. But we also have to realize that it's time for us to move forward. We came into this planet with the ability to connect with each other, with the ability to speak, with the ability to see the world differently than animals. And the reason why is because we have the capability of really going into a higher consciousness, right? So this is the time for us to really start focusing on ourselves and what is it that is keeping us from what actions are you taking towards seeing a new earth, right? So for example, pride is a huge issue within our communities, the ego, and, saying, well, I did this, and because I did this, I'm not going to share this with you, or maybe the jealousy, or maybe the guilt, and all of those emotions that, of course, I addressed in the meditation, was just kind of interesting because they're coming through here, right? But definitely looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, okay, what is it that I am doing that I could do better? And I'm not saying this to make you feel any type of way. I'm not saying this to, point any fingers at you, because as I point a finger at you, I'm pointing three back at me, right? But this is just a reminder that we are really responsible for each other, for ourselves and each other. We're responsible for the well-being of each one of us. So what are you doing? What are you doing to make sure that everybody else around you is well? You see what I'm saying here? So this is not the time for us to take from the universe. It's really the time for us to give out of service, out of love, out of connecting with each other, out of wanting to. And honestly, guys, when you give, when you do things from service, you feel so much better afterwards. Like, I feel 1,000 times better whenever I do something for people than when I take from people just because I wanted to take, just because I did it, just because I wanted something out of the situation. It feels so much better when you give. It's expansive. Your heart literally opens up. You're allowing energy to flow through you in every cell of your body. And on top of that, you're sharing that energy out to other people. So you're not only benefiting, so in a way, you're benefiting yourself too. So it's important that we start connecting with that. And for those of you who are having a hard time seeing a good outcome out of all this stuff that's happening in the world, just know that we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. This is not the first time we've been through a pandemic in the world. This is not the first time we've been through, if you really look into history, cycles do repeat. So when we look at it from the 5D perspective, or the higher self perspective, all of these issues are for the purpose of waking up humanity. They're for the purpose of waking you up. Whenever you find people in your life that are maybe triggering you, or you're being triggered because something is not right, really the purpose of that person, of that situation, is to serve you as a teacher. That's all it is a teacher telling you, hey, this is a resistance that you have within you. So this is the reason why within the mysticism and the mystics and the spiritual world, they always say, always look within, always look within. It's not just a slogan. It really truly is the way to go. Looking within is what's going to allow you to release whatever energy that you have stuck within yourself. But if you don't take the time to do so, if you don't take the time to look within, then it's going to continue showing up in your life over and over. So each one of us have a personal responsibility for each other and for ourselves to relieve ourselves from all these energetic blockages. Because for every time you relieve yourself, you're relieving the rest of the world. And I know it may sound fantastic to you, like a fantasy, like a mystical fantasy, but that is the truth. The truth is that we have the ability to affect everybody. There's a reason why oneness and that we say, oh, we're all connected and all this, even look at ourselves right now. We are connected through this computer, right? Through the internet. The internet is a physical representation of oneness. I was talking about this with a friend of mine. The internet is literally a physical representation of oneness. Okay, we have been able to connect into the internet with each other no matter where we are. And that's the reason why we're going through so much, and it's overwhelming. We're being overwhelmed with so much information, and we're being triggered left and right. So we have to take the time to really go within, separate ourselves from the outside, instead of going outside and saying, no, you, going and saying, okay, me, what am I doing? And this may even trigger you, what I'm telling you, right? But if it's triggering you, then why is it triggering you? Why is it something that you may feel like, okay, well, this is not true or whatever, So it's important that you really look at your triggers, and you're going to know when you're triggered, because you're going to feel the tension in your chest. You're going to feel the tension in your body. You're going to feel it. So really connecting with that and understanding that all of this is going to all of this issue that we're dealing with right now is going to eventually go away. It's just that we really have to come together as a community. We really have to come together as as a loving, kind uh, humanity. And it's kind of interesting now because so if we reach our personal resolutions, if we reach a personal resolution where we reach our a layer where we not delete a layer, but let's say like we heal a layer within us, because we're kind of onions, right? So we're going to go layer upon layer upon layer. But once you start the process of releasing those layers, you're literally liberating the rest of your ancestry. You're literally liberating the rest of anybody that's connected to you who may be experiencing the same things. Okay. Also, even those people who you may be experiencing that connection, that resistance with, you are liberating them too. So you're liberating not only you but them as well. So you're literally giving. You're doing an act of service as well when you're doing this. But it's important. So it's interesting here because this other card that came through, which is nothing is yet is set in stone. Right now, we're kind of navigating through dark waters, right? We're navigating through these waters and we don't know where we're going to end up at this time. So there's a reason why you're watching this. There's a reason why I'm being called to say this to you. There's a reason why these cards came out, is because this is the time, my beautiful souls, to really start working on yourselves. This is not the time to bicker and yell at each other, and it's just not the time. This is a time to really go within. Everything else, guys, is an illusion. When we die, we don't take politics with us. When we die, we don't take money with us. When we die, we don't take our clothing with us. When we die, we don't take our body with us. We don't take any of that with us. When we die, we die. And all we leave is the essence that we leave in people's hearts. That's what we leave behind. The essence that will leave in people's hearts. What is the essence you're leaving in people's hearts right now? Ask yourself that question. Okay? All right. So no more. I'm not gonna oh my gosh. I feel like a preacher right now. But anyway, so that was it, guys. And so I went a little bit over the time, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you liked what you saw. And I am so excited. And yeah, win-win, guys, win-win. This one came out again. The win-win is there. The win-win is there. We're going to win this, guys. We have the power within us to really win this war within us. That's really what it is. We're in war, but we're not in war with anybody outside of us, but within us. So just remember that. I love you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching, for staying tuned, for showing up for the meditation. So I invite you to maybe go back and do some journaling tonight if you can, and whatever it is that you want to let go of tonight, give it away to Mama Luna. She'll take it. If it's safe to do so, make sure that you burn it. If not, then you can go ahead and tear it apart and throw it away. Whatever it is, whatever is safest for you, of course. Yeah, so I'm so happy. Yes, thank you, May. Thank you so much. Namaste, my beautiful people. Mwah. Love you. Have a good night.